So I've been seeing these videos, right? We're talking about this new game from Ragusa, Cursed Gear. Like what are these people talking about? Everybody's sitting here talking about, oh, Deep Woken's dying. They're not gonna update Deep Woken. You know, this is the end. It's over. It's Ragover. We're doomed. And let's look at both sides evenly, okay? So coming from the side that says that it's fucking over for Deep Woken, that this is checkmate. Historically, Nomad Studios is pretty bad about this. Okay, so going back eons and eons, we had Tales. Okay, that was their game, Tales. They're updating it. That's their game. They chilling. They're playing the game. It's whatever time of Tales. And they announced this hobby project, this little hobby on the side called Rogue Survival. You know, nothing serious, just kind of something they're working on. Suddenly, Rogue Survival turned into Rogue Lineage, which was just gonna be, CC, side project. No one's playing it or anything. Next thing you know, Tales is dead, and the only thing they're updating is Rogue Lineage, which now went public, and it's the game that everyone's playing. Okay? And then again, you get about 2 years into Rogue Lineage, and the devs say, we're working on a little side project, a little hobby project just to have fun. It's called Drowned Gods. And then all of a sudden, Drowned Gods became Deep Woken, and no one's playing Rogue. So historically, this has been about how they play the game. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of Deep Woken, which is we're right on schedule for a new game, a new Nomad title. So I understand where people are coming from. It's very likely that this is just fucking done. I mean, shit, we don't like playing Deep Woken. I don't know if they like making it. But the distinction that's important to make is that Deep Woken is vastly different than Tales and Rogue. So Rogue Lineage, truly, was never meant to actually be a public game. It was never meant to be as popular as it was. I mean, Arch has already said that updating Rogue Lineage was actually a form of torture. Like, the legacy code for that game was so bad that it was miserable adding one thing. If I could explain it in, the simplest way possible for people not familiar with code, and this is a bit of an exaggeration, imagine they add a single new item at the meat vendor, and every Uber class in the game breaks. That's how finicky the code was. It wasn't fun. It wasn't something they wanted to update anymore, It was just bad. But you see, Deep Woken, it's not like Deep Woken has been, on that 2-year cycle. They've been working on or making Deep for 4 years now. And another thing is that Deep Woken is incredibly well made. I mean, the foundations are so solid that 2 weeks ago when we got that new Flame Launcher, Raging Flame or whatever, everyone's like, oh, Kino made this, K1 made this. No. That shit was fucking Lemonbeard. Someone with no scripting knowledge, a builder, was able to make a mantra that people thought was made by K1 or a Fino or a pro, because that's how well made the game is. That's how easy it was for him to make that and port it in and everything work properly. This is a well-made game, which developers still have fun making. that's the key point. They're still having fun with Deep Woken. There's still a lot of potential for the game to grow and expand. And that's as simple as it is. That's as simple as it is in your own life, man. If you're working on a project or you're pursuing a hobby or a passion and you feel like you've kind of exhausted all your resources, you've done everything there is to do, you've seen everything there is to see, you're going to be less motivated to continue that hobby or continue that project. But because there's still so much left in Deep Woken's lifespan, they're still interested in it. Do I think that Cursed Gear is going to be their main focus? No. Do I think Cursed Gear is going to take time away from the Deep Woken development and maybe slow down the speed in which we see decent sized updates? Oh, absolutely. I mean, Arch has been Ragusa's already been working on Cursed Gear for months. It'll probably slow down the rate in which we get updates on Deep Woken, if it hasn't already. I would not be shocked to hear that the reason why we don't have Conquest and World events is the devs have kind of been fucking off and playing that, making that, but I don't know. Only time will tell.